do get in the herd. My name is my name is Laine Wetherholt. That was funny. Yeah, so we're gonna we got a special guest host today. It's me. Pretty much excited about this opportunity here at the Get in the Herd podcast. Special guest with us today, Joey,
Hey.
Joey Jewell.
That would be me. Hey.
And Stephen Woolworthington.
How y'all doing tonight?
Today.
This afternoon.
Okay.
Anywho, so yeah, welcome everyone. Definitely glad to be here. Thank you for asking me to come and do this. It's pretty awesome. So we're just going to jump right on into it. Today's topic is going to be about health and fitness as it pertains really to our lives and our recovery journeys. So I know for me, like that part didn't come until later, much later. I got clean in January 2016 and immediately put on about 95 pounds. Almost immediately. It was within 6 months I had just gone the other way. They say you when you get clean, you put the spoon down and pick up the fork. I think is the.
I've heard it once.
And boy, did I! And then by the time I celebrated a year clean, I put on 110 pounds, and then my heaviest was 412. Holy crap! That was I was a big boy. And so I would always hear people share like in meetings about it's a mental, spiritual, and physical transformation, and I would always be like, well, I guess I'm not doing it right then.
Well, you underwent a physical transformation.
Oh yeah, I mean
in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
But
I definitely underwent a physical transformation. Woo! So a couple things happened for me. When you're big, people, if you've never been big, don't ever do it. I can tell you that there's a lot of shame, and there's a lot of secret self-harm that goes on when nobody's there. Obviously, you know, intimacy is dead unless you find, what are they called, chubby
chasers?
Yeah, unless you find one of those, which I never did. So
I find them all the time.
So it's a lot of shame that went on that I developed as the weight increased. Joey just got the eye from.
I did get the eye. It's all right.
Boogers. And so I'll never forget, I went to King's Dominion with my son. I think it was in 2019. And we were both very excited to be there. And this was the start of it for me. So we went there and we're standing in line, and we go to sit in the seats, and I didn't fit. I just didn't fit.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't even close the bar.
Couldn't close the bar. And
wow.
The look on my son's face was bad. I felt like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
So we proceeded with the rest of the day with him riding rides with himself for people he didn't know. And it was a very humiliating feeling, but I still wasn't done yet. So it wasn't until 3 months after that a guy by the name of, he's a friend, I guess you could call, Corey, what's his last name?
Clark.
Clark on.
Was getting me employed, and it was driving a truck. And I went and I had to get a physical, and it's like a VDOT physical. So they like make you do all these like physical things, and I was not physical. And so I had to go see a doctor, and they did this VDOT physical. I mean, one of the things that she told me to do was to turn my head, right? And basically she took my I had to like pee in a cup, and she took my blood and had me turn my head and weighed me and all this other stuff. And at the end of it, she was like, look, I'm gonna be honest, you are super fat. Like you are.
Oh my God.
And she said, normally we approve this for 24 months. I'm going to approve yours for 6 months because you're so fat. The protein in your pee is extremely alarming, which means that your kidneys aren't processing things properly, and it's ending up in your pee. And so that was the first time. She's like, your blood pressure is skyrocketed. And had I not had to go there and do that, like I never would have done it. I'm just one of those, like, out of sight, out of mind. I stutter. So there's that. Also more shame there. Why am I an addict? I don't know. My dad hates me, but so that was the beginning of my journey for another transformation. But we'll get into that. Let's talk Worthington. What's some? I mean, you're on a.
When did you start your journey, Steven?
I started my journey into the health and physical fitness part of my recovery about 2 weeks ago. Snap it. And I've lost 10 pounds already.
Hey, 2 weeks. Go 2 weeks, bro. That's monster.
And my story, started the same as yours. When I got clean, for the first time back in 2017, I didn't have, the substance to, make myself feel better. So I used food to make myself feel better. I've never been a very big grocery shopper or, things along that line. So if I ate fast food, McDonald's, Cookout, Chick-fil-A, pizza.
That's good stuff.
Like 4 nights a week.
I still love pizza.
Like 4 nights a week, I would literally sit there and order a medium 2-topping pizza and eat it all to myself, and then eat half of a brownie cookie thing.
Not the old dookie rolls. Not the dookie rolls.
And when I did that, I felt immense amounts of pleasure because, it was good, man.
Yeah.
It's the same it's the same endorphins
exactly.
that you
so good.
produce.
And one day I looked in the mirror, about a little over 2 weeks ago, and I hated myself. And this is after being, clean for about 10 months now, almost 11. Gaining a relationship that I've been in that I'm quite happy in, doing steps and, working on myself in a mental, spiritual, and emotional basis. I still hated the way that I looked. I looked in the mirror and there was that shame that, like, wow, you are a piece of garbage. Look at you. Like, I didn't even want to look at myself. Like, when I was on FaceTime, I would hide my neck because I had a double chin. I would just sit there like this with my shirt above my chin. So, like, no matter how much I moved, you couldn't see the fat rolls under my chin, like, show.
Why do you think I have a beard, bro?
Yeah, I wish I could grow one.
Don't touch it.
But I was sick of it, man. And, like, finally, I got linked up with, I'd been acquainted with Laine, and we've been friends for quite a long time now. And I've known Joey for quite a long time, but they were all doing this fitness kick, and for Joey it's a lifestyle, not a kick. But and I was like, all right, like one day I was like, all right, who wants to get in the gym?
Allow me to clarify one thing real quick. We were all sitting together one day, and I told Steven, I said, on God, on everything that I love.
I remember
it is
this.
my personal goal to make sure that you get in the gym. And he was like, no, absolutely not. That's dead.
It was like the next
2
day.
days.
Well, no, but
2 days later.
the funny, the funniest thing is that he had downloaded like the app and like all the stuff, and he started like counting his calories, meal prepping, and like all this stuff. And he's like, but I won't go to the gym.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh,
Yeah,
you're already.
I remember.
You're more than halfway there.
I remember going with Joe Bentley and Jay Biggers to Kroger the night after that meeting. And I was like, I need your help.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Mhm.
When I
stuff
said
to
I was
meal prep
I was just gonna go,
and
then
yeah,
then
and then
he
didn't
totally
go.
didn't.
Did
Everything's
on
fine.
me.
Character defect.
Per usual.
How's everybody doing?
But and like I remember doing that, and like I wanted to eat healthier, and they were like, man, like you got to go to the gym while you're doing this, and I was like, no, I don't.
Absolutely not.
Like I'm not a weightlifter. You know, like I'm not the person that you're gonna call and be like, hey, you want to go to the gym? And now I'm the person that's like calling these guys every day, like, yo, when are we going to the gym?
Fiending.
Like fiending, you know, like
Yeah.
It's
because like
awesome.
I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Like I look at myself better. I think better. I eat better.
Yeah.
I past bowel movements better.
Yeah, that's
you
a
know,
big one.
Like,
I think it is a thing to experience to go to the gym with Joey here.
Machine.
Never in my life have I ever seen anything like it. So what about you, Joey? It seems like you've been in shape since you were a baby. Literally came out of the womb with a 6-pack. So
Well, so like
Spark.
a big thing for me, man, is that like I grew up in like a military family for real, you know what I mean? Like my dad was a Green Beret, my grandfather's a colonel, you know, I got uncles and stuff that are Marines and all this stuff. And so I grew up always exercise. I grew up in the woods, man. So I was always climbing trees and like running and jumping and playing football, skateboarding. I fought for a little while, actually quite a few years really. And like, you know, but that's all something that I was really willing to throw away. Right before I relapsed this last time, man, I was huge. I was obnoxiously large. That's true, man. Like I was competing, I was powerlifting, I was doing all this stuff, and like I was on steroids. I was using while I was clean, if that makes any sense. I was clean from like illicit substance. I just made a post about it the other day on Facebook, man, and like the differences that I feel are a lot different now. But like I had to. So like I go through this journey, man, where like I'll get back in shape and I'll be in great shape. Like, and it takes me, it doesn't take me very long because I've had it before, you know what I mean? But like, man, when I relapse, I send it, fully send it. I was born to do that, I guess. So I'll smoke it all away, man. I'll burn it all up. When I came back in this time, man, I was at like 140 pounds and I'd lost, 209. I lost 60 pounds of muscle. 60 pounds of muscle. I was 209 pounds at my peak.
So it isn't something you could have done while you were still in active addiction.
What, lift?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I never even thought about it. Not once. Never even crossed my mind that like I used to, like, I'm like, dude, like, if there's one thing in this life that I know, it's exercise, kinesiology, physiology, anatomy. If there's one thing in this life that I know, it's that. And like, I didn't remember any of it while I'm using. And I didn't even remember like, that's my life now, man. Like I tell you all the time, I tell both of you guys, like for me, it's like a lot about it. A lot of it's about being an active adult for real. And just like, keeping it always up front, for me, it's huge in my life.
Well, when we talk about, you know, health and physical fitness, like, you know, in recovery, like I feel like active addiction is the complete opposite of that, you know, because like in active addiction, it's physical deterioration.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not helping your body at all. There's no like muscle gain, or there's just, you know,
little Debbie's from the corner store.
Yeah, like, you know,
missiles, dude.
Eating honey buns
Zebra
once every
cakes,
3 days. You know,
gosh
like
Good God.
if I could steal them.
yeah. So like I don't see, like when I was in active addiction, man, I didn't care about what I looked like. I didn't shower. more or less cared if I was physically fit or if I was only 150 pounds, you know.
I think for me, like as it pertains to recovery, right? So like I had to admit that I was powerless. And that when you're 412 pounds, you're looking up a big mountain.
Sisyphus.
It is a big, tall order to how will I ever not do this? And I think to apply a first step to it was one of the hardest things that I did, but I did, and it came in the form of that doctor. It came in the form of that roller coaster ride. It came in the form of my child had to put my shoes and socks on me because I couldn't do it myself. I couldn't wipe, honestly. I mean, it was always so that powerlessness piece came from other things. And so then, I was able to move into like the second step part of it. Like, this is insane. This is literally insane. And so applying recovery to the physical aspect of myself was a really, it's still something that I do is very difficult, but it's the way that it works for me. And then putting a third step on it is like, so I had surgery, right? And it was probably the most painful thing I've ever experienced in my life. And I had to do it clean, and they went in my stomach and they cut a bunch of stuff out and removed some stuff and rerouted some plumbing but I did it clean. And so like having to as it pertains to recovery, man, it was just like, man, it was tough. And I did have a mindset of like, that's going to be the thing that's all I have to do is just have this surgery and that's going to be it. But man, I have found out that is not the case. That is just a tool. And then I go to the gym 6 days.
It was the first step.
It was, good God almighty.
Good go.
It was the first step, but I have literally through, you all, man, it's the days I don't want to go. I got Steven and I'm like, you going to the gym? I'm like, God, man, leave me alone. Or Joey at 5:30 in the morning, what's up, bro? We're going to the gym. I'm like, oh my God. Or we'll go and I'm like, we went to 7-Eleven the other day after the gym, and somebody at some point said, you need to have sugars after you go to the gym. So I was like, Kit Kat.
Instant Kit Kat.
So I'm over in the candy aisle, and Joey's like, bro, what are you doing? I was like, no, I'm getting sugars. And he was like, fruit, idiot. And I was like, oh, man.
Natural sugars.
Natural sugars.
Not Sour Patch Kids.
Not Sour Patch Kids.
Not Airheads, bro.
Not Airheads.
That's not how this works.
So I think as it pertains to recovery, how do you guys apply recovery to this aspect?
Rock,
Joey.
paper, scissors. 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. You got it.
All right. Yeah. So I agree. We practice, the principles that we learn in the program that we choose to really help us figure out what we want to do. Like for me, like just like you said, like it was the first step. Like I looked at myself and I realized that I was powerless over food and that my life had become unmanageable. Like I was out of shape. I was overweight. I still can't run
No.
for like a quarter mile,
No.
like consistently.
But we'll get there.
I can power walk, but I can't jog, run for.
You did pretty good the other day.
I did pretty good, but like, there's still that,
Oh yeah.
like that out of shape, aspect of it. And then like, I remember, right. Because like, I didn't care before, You know, like it was like, you know, like I'll find somebody that loves me the way that I am. And like I did, but like I stopped loving me for the way that I am. Like when I made the decision, right? I remember being at McShin in 2017, right? And when I was in McShin, you had to be an alumni to get a Crunch membership. It was good for a year. And like now I think you only had to be here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, and then a participant, you can get a Crunch membership. And I remember getting my card and I was like, yes, I'm going to go to the gym. You know, like I don't have to pay for a membership. This is my motivation, you know, and I didn't go.
You lost the card.
I lost the card. Like, no, I think I went one time with somebody and I did legs and I was like, I'm never doing this again. And I threw the start. I just like discarded the card, like, whatever. You
used
know?
it as a ninja
like,
star.
And then like because I didn't care. Like it wasn't, the pain hadn't become great enough. Right? Like my sponsor tells me all the time, like, what are you gonna do when the cereal loses its crunch? You know, like slurp it like a slushy. But like, and the cereal lost its crunch. So like I had to practice the steps. I had to realize that like the first step showed me that I was unmanageable, right? The second step showed me that it would be insane to return to the thing that made me unmanageable. And the third step showed me that like it doesn't matter which way I go as long as I move forward. I just have to move forward, right? Like, and the first 3 steps are a foundation to anything. You know, it says we practice these principles in all our affairs. You know, so like, what are the principles? That honesty, surrender, the humility, the hope, the faith. Like, I hope that Joey doesn't make me do burpees today.
You're definitely doing burpees.
But like, I have faith that if I do burpees, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
After you puke.
After I puke. I vomit every time. Doesn't matter. As soon as we do burpees. You know. But like, that used to scare me. And today, I can't wait to leave here and go to the gym and possibly vomit. You know, because like I'm excited because I know that like I'm pushing myself to an extent that I've never pushed myself before. Just like when I got clean. I had never done that. You talking? You mean like nothing? You know, it's either all or nothing, right? So like in this aspect, I have to go all out, or I'm not going to get nothing in return in my mind. He muted me. Oh, no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Oh, it just went quiet.
I felt it too. How has McShin played a part in your recovery and health journey up to now?
I mean, McShin saved my life, first and foremost. I mean, these people got me out of jail, man, for real. They sent a letter, my lawyer got me out of jail, did all this stuff. Fed me when I got here, friggin' took it. You know what I mean? I was not in a good way when I got back. I had just spent a month in Henrico. Shout out 221. The dungeon. But like I was still messed up when I got here, man. I was skinny, it was rail thin, man. I was barely eating. I wasn't feeling good still after a month. And I came back and like for real, the people that I was at Scott House with, the intensive part of the program here, for those of you that don't know, man, like really pushed me to get back on the horse, man. You know, and so did all these guys. I was bugging them. I was bothering them about getting this gym membership. Then, I mean, like I'm such a rigid person when it comes to exercising that like I had to find people that were even willing to put up with me at 5:30 in the morning, because that's what time I go to gym. And I wake up and I'm like, bang, let's go. You know what I mean? And like people hate me in the morning for that, but they're like, God, calm down, dude. And I'm 1,000 miles an hour first thing when I wake up. So like finding people that are willing to go with me at that time in the morning, it's hard. But when I did, those are the people that I surround myself with. And like, I'm so thankful that like I found
the doctor,
guy, psychopath. I mean, like in the best ways, right? Like he's just like me in the fact that like we wake up and we're gone. but like I'm so thankful that I found you guys too, man. Because like I don't know if you care if I share this, but Laine's my sponsor, and it's awesome for like us to do step work and me to be able to help you with the physical nature of it.
Two-way
too,
street.
man. Yeah, man, it's a two-way street for real. And like I love pushing people, man, and especially like when it comes to the gym and stuff like that. I love it, man. I can't get enough of it. And like seeing Steven lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks is just like
ridiculous.
I mean, it's insane, dude. Like he looks different in 2 weeks, man. And like that's what keeps me going for real. So like really the every single spiritual principle can apply to this: honesty, hope, faith, courage, integrity, wisdom, brotherly love, perseverance is probably the biggest one, man. Cause like there's days that I definitely do not want to go to the gym at 5:30 in the morning or at all.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I mean, it's been 20 months since I began my journey, I guess you could call it. Definitely perseverance.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to say what's up to Johnny Fab out there, Jeffrey Stone. Honesty, what's up? What's up, honesty? Working out rules. Perseverance is a tough one, right? Because I know for me as an addict, you know, I want it now. And by now I mean last week.
Right.
But to look at, I mean, the reality of it is I've lost 162 pounds.
That's a fact.
Come on.
Actual numbers.
On the
Real.
scale.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Which is like
Documented.
But the recovery piece of it is like the self-love. I still sometimes feel like the 412-pound dude. It's so weird.
It's like body dysmorphia.
Body dysmorphia is such a real thing.
But I don't even. It's body dysmorphia, but it's also, you know, as an addict, we have, you know, those fear, insecurities, and low self-esteem. Like we've lived with those fear, insecurities, and low self-esteem for so long that not having them is foreign. So like I could totally understand, because I'm still that fat little 12-year-old that they called Twinkie, you know, in middle school.
They did not.
They did. Like it's funny now and I can laugh about it, but at the end of the day, like that hurt my feelings.
Justin has died.
Like when I was
Justin.
like when I look at myself in the mirror, like I can still hear it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Twinkie. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and it hurts my feelings even today. And like, you know, like there's been times where like I've sat in my room and cried, you know, about my own self-loathing and self-pity. And instead I got,
just like Honesty said, man, love the body we've got, man. It's the only one we got.
and I've started to love it today.
It's so hard to get to that place though.
You know what the biggest
Oh my God,
one of the most crucial things is the brotherly love, man. Like for anybody that knows us, like as a collective, like we're all friends, dude. Like, you know, we've like kind of like amassed this very swole patrol. That's what we call ourselves for whatever.
Honk.
Honk. But like we've amassed this group of friends, man, that like we all hold each other accountable, not only for the gym, man, but like if we are struggling, dude, or like anything like that, we just like we shoot it out there. And like at first, like somehow we managed to get serious for long enough to like help each other out.
Like
man.
yesterday, Mike Serio asked me what was wrong, and I said what was wrong, and he didn't say anything. It was great. Shout out Mike Serio.
Shout out Mike.
No, but that's true, man. It's the and Mike's awesome. I love everybody, and definitely I see you, Mike.
Is he up there?
Laine, no, that's a different Mike. But yeah, definitely having the accountability, but it's definitely hard, man, because then like I equate like, why don't I have a partner yet? Like why right? Like obviously I have. There's so many layers to physical appearance and how I view myself tied to my spiritual, my mental being. If I don't have a girlfriend,
Right.
something's obviously wrong. I haven't lost enough weight
Incorrect.
yet. I'm just saying though, this is what my head tells me, right? Like, and so how do we go back incorporating program what I learned at McShin? I'm a McShin alumni, 2016 McSunny. Shout out. Jeremy Tillum was the manager there. Shout out Kurt Smith. Kurt Dickerson came in after me. Had a lot of this was before they had the vending machines in there.
Oh god.
Yeah. It was
vending machines at McSunny?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
they got monsters in them, bro. Yeah. They have monsters in them. It's amazing. It was great though. I'm so grateful for all that time. But so how do I go back to like man, just learning what I learned early on in McShin and in recovery and applying it to like combating myself, because I equate like the self-acceptance with being loved, right? Like if I'm not being appreciated by an intimate partner, what am I doing? And that's not true, but it's like it's.
I mean, that's the disease playing a trick on you.
Good God Almighty!
I mean, it's.
I mean, everybody has
the
the
disease,
desire.
but everybody has that. Desire.
Everybody has that desire.
You know, like our human instinct is to find somebody. You know, like
procreate.
Yes, like you know,
whatever.
Reproduct. You know, find that person that like we can share our joys and our sorrows with, and like can help us when we're down, and like enjoy the joy when we're up. You know, and like I spent my entire life trying to find that person. You know, and it didn't matter if I was overweight or underweight, or if my teeth were crooked or black, or if my, you know, I'm have a receding hairline, so I grew my hair out.
I got a
like same ditto. Like, but like that person just came.
What do you talk about my can hair?
And I chased that self-acceptance for so long, because I knew that validation that came from the opposite sex for me is the only thing that could give me the validation. In my mind, that's what I thought.
For a long time, that's all I wanted to give me the validation, because I couldn't validate myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like for me, man, like I had to really realize that like if Joey can not be okay with Joey is never going to be okay with somebody else. You know, like, and like I'm still not always there. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not there now. You know, but I mean, that's why this thing's like a journey, not a destination. You know what I mean? It's so hard to be like, bang, love yourself.
Is it a thing to have body dysmorphia for someone else?
Excuse me?
Like, I am so self-conscious about myself, right? That like, if I try to get into a relationship, I will find something wrong with them.
You are in a relationship.
I know, but I'm saying, like, I will try to find something wrong with them that discredits them to make myself feel better.
I get it. I mean, I can't relate, but I get it.
I mean, because that's what I shot for. Like, there has to be something wrong with you to like me.
That self-sabotage, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to be loved.
Like that shallow,
I don't know how to
like
be
that
loved,
shallow, you know, human being that was just like.
I sabotaged a relationship because she had breath that was bad, and I did never tell her. So I mean,
hell yeah.
I totally get it.
I sabotaged because her fingers were too long.
That's man hands, bro.
No,
like
not even man hands.
Four knuckle hands.
No, just
Seinfeld episode or no?
Long fingers, and like in my mind, I was like, "There's no way that I'm going to be able to like, you know, there's no way that you're going to love me." So I had to pick a reason for me not to love you.
Right.
You can't accept me because I don't accept myself. So I had to figure out how I don't accept you to make myself feel better.
See, like I have this problem where like I fall in love too easy, right? Too easy. Bro.
Me too.
You know,
I'm a softie.
Super soft. Like
I'm like, if she would just engage in this conversation for 10 minutes, we're done. It's a wrap.
And like I you know, I'm really staying away from that this time because like my last couple times of recovery, dude, like I just jumped into a relationship and I was like, hell yeah, Like, I found her.
Praise Hill,
Yeah.
praise Dale.
I found her. Finally. You know, but like, I've been clean for like 20 days.
It's my wife.
Hey, y'all, I got her. But like now,
Buying a house
like,
next month.
But like now I'm like, I'm like, I'm having so much fun, like hanging out with like hanging out with the fellas,
Yeah.
with the dudes.
It's
You know
been
what I mean?
great, man.
It has, dude.
Hey, listen,
Like,
there is nothing like being 15 deep at the gym
rolling.
and just
Getting yoked.
clanging and banging,
Clanging and banging.
huh?
Yoked.
Flattening and matting, dude.
Wagging and dragging.
We're not going to go to the other ones, dude.
Is there more?
Yeah.
Is there others?
Yeah,
But no, seriously,
Your
it's
nickname's one of them.
it's
Let's
like
discard it.
it's
Let's
the
just-
greatest.
Pass that to the left.
It's my new favorite thing.
Yeah.
And the way that I feel
Mhm.
when we leave the gym is like
Cloud nine,
I
man.
love it.
it's the best.
Yeah.
Isn't it the
I
best?
love hurting.
I be looking at myself in the mirror. I love looking at myself. Selfies. You
I
guys
don't
know I
know
love
if
taking
anybody's
selfies.
ever seen a picture of Steven. He's the gym, but he just looks like he wants to kill.
Oh, I look miserable.
I have a
Absolutely.
video
because I am
of him on
so
the ground.
burnt out. I am sweaty because I
His
sweat
hair
profusely.
is just like,
You know, like the rest of my body, like, you know, I don't sweat very much, like out of my armpits or my back or anything like that. But on the
His
top
head.
of my head, you know, like it is like a freaking sprinkler.
you look like
You know,
you
like-
look like one of the prison mops that they refuse to change.
Good God Almighty. But it really is like a each one teach one type thing. Like at first it was Joey, and Joey was really kind of it going to the gym, and then it was the doctor, right?
Mhm.
It was Joey and Dr. Proctor,
Mhm.
right? And then it was Bentley,
Mhm.
right? And then Biggers,
All
and,
of us.
and then I jumped on, and then Steven, and then like my son goes,
yeah.
like this is bleeding over into like
A whole different generation.
a whole different thing. Like it's whereas like I would affect what he ate. He would eat the same things that I ate.
Mm-hmm.
So now like he's like, I guess we're eating meal preps again, huh, Dad? And I'm
Yes.
like, yeah, absolutely.
100%.
And he's liking them.
Yeah.
He's like, I want spinach. Salad.
That's
Stop
With salmon.
Briggs in
Will you
that?
put the salmon on it? Right? But it's like it bleeds over each one teach one, man. It is cross generational,
Mhm.
and we
For sure.
all like it's just like recovery, man.
Mhm.
Like if you want what we have,
do
do what we
do.
do. And somebody's gonna come after I can't say his
Steven.
name.
Steven.
Steven. It's gonna come after him though and be
that,
like,
yeah.
dude, how do I do this? And you're gonna be like, yo, meet me at the gym, and
I'll
I'm
show you.
gonna show you.
you how to do pec minor, bro.
Whatever he was saying.
Yeah.
What were you even saying? Like,
Everybody forgets about pec minor. You
Everybody
got to do
forgets.
pec minor.
the pick monitor.
That's inclines, dude. You gotta focus on inclines.
Yeah.
That's what builds the
Yeah.
Humpty Dump on the.
But it's really cool how it all intertwines.
Yeah,
and
man.
How like how I sponsor you in other ways,
Yeah.
but you sponsor me in many ways, but particularly at the gym.
Yeah.
In fact, I try to stay away from Joey in the gym as often as I can
And I'm right there with them.
because the last
Like-
time I did anything with him, I got dizzy and blacked out. In what, 7 minutes?
If that. Yeah.
And like
There's
really,
something else.
really a lot of what it is, you know, for the fitness part, is what you eat.
Mm.
Like I've
80%.
learned, like, and like, you know,
Gosh
people
almighty.
say, you know, like, oh, well, eating is 80% of the job. And I'm like, yeah, for you that bench is 350, you know, like, but it really is. Like I was
Sure,
like, man, like, so like my diet now consists of mostly just protein, you know, meat, like
Meat.
low carbs, not really keto or nothing, like no fad diet, but like I try to keep my carbs low, my sugar intake low, you know, and eat a lot of meat and cheese,
The
but like I also like I drink basically just water, you know, if I'm not mixing it with pre-workout or drinking black coffee, you know, like that's pretty much all. I haven't had a soda in 17
It's
days,
so
That's a fact.
crazy.
and I
how-
love Dr. Pepper every
it's
time I
so
go out.
crazy how when you start consuming water,
Oh, dude, your body changes.
how much I crave water.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but dude, you feel amazing.
I wake up in the middle of the night and smash like 2 glasses of it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And then again at 6 a.m. to the face before I even have coffee. It's like 16 ounces of water gone.
Yeah. I mean, the nutrients that you put into your body are ultimately the results that you're going to get. I mean, the quality of the food that you consume and the quality of the diet that you make for yourself, because at the end of the day, it's a decision that we have to make. Like, how do we want our bodies to look like? And like consuming protein and cutting carbs and all this stuff, you have to make that decision for yourself. And that's the hard part.
I made a protein shake earlier. And I put like 2 cups of baby spinach and kale and carrots in my smoothie.
Not the Twinkie putting kale in it.
You know, it's crazy. Never gonna live that one down.
No, you're not.
But when I did it,
right now.
oh my god. And when I did it, you know, like I was like, what am I doing? And then I drank it, and I was like,
You said,
you can really taste the kale. You know, like
you can really taste the earth in this one.
My girlfriend tried it. She was like,
this is disgusting.
tastes like grass. I was like, are you serious?
Bottom of a mountain.
You can't taste the peanut butter? It's not grass, it's kale, baby.
It tastes like Mount Rushmore.
What about, so let's give some like inspiration to our fellows who are incarcerated.
Dude, that's where it started for me this time, man. Is that like
talk about it?
So, I mean, I know the trays are miserable, but and the nutrition is all key, man.
Baby.
But for me, it was really a whole lot more about the mental state that I was in when I was in there, man. Like when I got locked up and after I stopped detoxing and stuff like that, like I was still feeling a little like garbage. And then like I picked up the big book again, and I picked up a basic text, and I started reading, and it got me fired up enough to where I woke up and got out of bed finally and did some push-ups and like hit the old water bag, you know, old contraband water bag. And I started doing stuff with guys, man. And like, I started explaining to people like my educational background and like, and what I did for a living and stuff. And they were like, man,
which was what, Joey?
I have a degree in sports medicine. So, you know, like I started explaining that to him.
Say it again, but say it with a little more confidence.
I said, I have a degree in sports medicine.
Thank you.
There we go. All right. That I don't use anymore. And I'm depressed about that. But so, but like they started asking me to like show them stuff, man, and like get them fired up and like stuff like that. And like I was able to then be like kind of like an arbiter of recovery and physical fitness for like some guys that like really were on the poker table and running spades every day and playing dominoes made out of toilet paper and stuff like that, because they don't give you dominoes in America. But you know, like it felt cool to be able to like present that way when I came home. Like that was already at the forefront of my mind, man. And like, and if there's anything that I could give to anybody that's incarcerated, man, it's just try to be an example of what you want to be when you get out, man, and what you want life to look like, bro, because it's not easy. It's not easy starting over. And I've done it quite a few times, man. I've started my entire life over, not just
starting over though, or continuing.
I mean, yeah, it's all part of a journey, but I mean, like, I'm talking about getting it out the gutter,
the mud.
But yeah, like it's hard for me to start over, man. It's hard for me to start over with zero when I come home and then try to build an empire again. But like physically, spiritually, mentally, those are all things that I could control. Right, like the monetary gains and things like that are things that aren't necessarily in my control right when I get out. But my physical, spiritual, mental well-being is entirely up to me and what I do and how I'm proactive in that instead of reactive.
Shout out Caitlin Fulcher. What's up? Messages on us.
I'll just jump off the bridge. Whatever.
Yeah, Joey's here too.
Joey Joel is here.
He's my personal.
Caitlin is my favorite, so I don't even know why she didn't.
She's
just
also
say
my
Laine.
favorite.
No, because
literally.
No, she is literally my favorite.
Honesty's my favorite.
There it is.
It's a fact.
What? So, Stephen, you have any words to impart on anyone who's listening now or will listen about health and fitness as it pertains to recovery?
Just start.
Hmm.
Like once you begin, it's really the hardest part about like getting started for me was the hardest part about it because I didn't want to start. And like when I finally got pushed and I surrounded by myself with like, people that were going to the gym, like, like I have like 7 friends that go to the gym, and like they say, like, if you hang around like 6 drug addicts, you're going to be a drug addict. If you hang around 6 pimps, you're going to be a pimp. If you hang around 6 entrepreneurial CEO businessmen, you're going to be the 7th entrepreneurial CEO businessman. So I just started hanging out with people that went to the gym, and like sooner or later, I got the motivation enough to actually do it. And it was hard at first, and like I fought it tooth and nail until like the last second.
Same.
And like like as I walk into the gym, I'm just like, why am I going here?
God,
I know I'm going to hate this place.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hate this at the end of it.
Yeah,
and like I don't hate it. I hate it during it. But like I push myself because like I know that I'm better. Like the things that the human body can do,
unreal,
is fascinating.
Unreal.
Like the things that the human mind can do, like is fascinating. Once I started to think that like, Stephen, you're going to get physically fit. I have this idea of what I'm going to look like. I have this goal of what I'm going to look like. It's usually working out right beside me. Joey.
Unreal.
But like I have this goal, and like once I put this goal in my mind is like forcing my body to do it. It's pushing it. So like my only thing is to start. Like once you start, it's the hardest part about it.
I tell everybody, man, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
You're not sorry at all, actually.
I'm actually not sorry.
It's okay.
0% sorry.
We're proud of you also, Caitlin.
Yeah. Sure.
That's all.
The hardest, if you step foot into a gym, man, you already done more than 85% of Americans have today. And like that's what I try to tell everybody. I was like, even if you just walk around your neighborhood for 10 minutes, dude, you've done more than most people want to do physically.
God, I was sedentary for so long.
I remember he told me you couldn't even make it a quarter of the way around the block.
It's a quarter mile. So it's so 4 times around my little block is a mile. I made it a quarter of the way
around once,
a quarter, and had to call my child's mother to come get me because I couldn't.
1/32 of a mile. 1/32
of a mile, and I was paralyzed, literally laying on the ground. Seriously, I thought I was.
I'm sorry, 1/16 of a mile.
1/16, a teener.
No,
what's that?
You said teener.
Bubble guts.
Also, I would suggest people take a lot of pictures of themselves.
Oh, I love it.
Especially if you are on a weight loss journey or a cut journey or a bulk journey. People tend to make jokes at how many pictures I take, and
we love it.
I would challenge people to go to 412 pounds and then come back down. You'll take a lot of pictures. Also, it's the only way that I can see it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Because I mean, dude, if you look back,
you can't see the picture when you're in it.
No,
dude.
No. Coming back from it's like coming back. How
many people have talked into this? How many people did I just put in my?
Many.
Oh, so many.
Amazing.
Shinholzer.
I feel closer to him already. But yeah, definitely document, man. Document. Don't be afraid to take pictures, man. Don't be afraid to say it.
Don't say it loud,
man. There's already enough crazy stuff on Facebook. What's another selfie?
Exactly. Like when I took my 2-week picture,
dude.
Picture that like
shocking.
The one with Mike Serio on your.
No. Okay. Let's go with the side-by-side one that I made.
Which was crazy to see.
It was wild. And like, of
literally,
course,
it's like your chest filled out.
Yeah, somebody came at me. You know what I'm saying? They're like, man, you couldn't have gave it 30 days. No.
It's 2 weeks and I'm already.
All I did was take a picture. I didn't mean to. Like, that wasn't my idea when I took the picture. But when I saw the difference, and I was like, wow. Like, you could see it in my neck.
Yeah,
you could see it in my stomach and my breast area, chest area.
You don't have breasts, sir. You have breasts.
Shout out to like Joe Pellicani too, man. His
Oh my God,
his before I hadn't
Losing.
seen him.
crazy weight.
I know I hadn't seen him in like 2 weeks, and the other week I went over to Joe Paulo's house to have dinner, and for whatever reason Pellicani crashed. I told him to, but he walked in and I was like, oh my God.
It's like insane. I told him the other day, dude, I don't even recognize you for real. From when we all like knew each other before, like, you know, like I don't even recognize.
Bro, if you see a picture of him at the convention in Virginia Beach in 2019 to him now,
I wish we
like,
could.
oh
I wish we could superimpose. I wish we could put like before and after pictures of us, like because we all share all this stuff together. You know, I wish we could. I wish we could like put that up on the screen, like me at 140 pounds, Laine at whatever.
412,
but 500 fine too. I'm just gonna go jump off bridge.
Me too. I get it. Steven in his journey and like everybody in their journey, dude, it's like it's incredible how like the accountability between all of us, and it takes a village for real. And like we say that to each other jokingly all the time, but like it's true, you know.
Mainly as it pertains to my child.
Definitely as it pertains to your child. It takes a village of dudes.
It does. Well, listen. I appreciate everybody in this room for coming in today.
I appreciate the opportunity of being here, man.
Yeah.
This is sweet.
If anybody out there wants to get involved in the gym or fitness or meal prepping, any of us, literally, you can reach out to any of us. We are supporters of it. We will push you.
Mm-hmm.
And we will love to be a part of it. So,
I'm also working on getting my licenses back and stuff. So
cool.
You know,
so
shout out to McShin for, you know,
big shout out
to saving
McShin,
lives, treating families,
we love
healing
you
families
guys very much. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you guys next time.
Praise Dale.
My name is Shannon Lance. I'm currently here in recovery at McShin Foundation. I got out of jail on January 10th, 2021, and while I was incarcerated there, my mother passed away due to COVID complications on December 14th. It was a really challenging event in my life. While I was incarcerated there, I watched the recovery videos and the podcast on the tablets there, that was made by the McShin Foundation. Getting the Heard podcast really made me feel like I was a part of something on the outside, because, there's people that are commenting and just seeing, people that I was incarcerated with on the videos, and just thinking, man, that's going to be me, before too long. And, I'm going to be sitting there in them rooms and, be able to be a part of the podcast and get in the Heard series. And, now I'm a part of the Heard here at McShin, and it's an amazing feeling, and it's nice having a fulfilled sense of hope in my life currently, and just to live one day at a time, and just to have positive feelings in my life and good relationships with my family and friends is an amazing event.